Big giant fucking squirrel on the television. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to my turn to do the weekly projections. As most of y'all know, this was probably should have done last night, but we went out, got a little drunk. It is one of the drunkest nights of the year. It's also known as National Hook Up With Your Ex Day. None of that ended up happening, but when we got back home to try to put this shit show together, Sean passed out right behind me. He's since moved, and Todd decided to do some sort of fucking physical therapy. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but I'm a little hungover. Got to get over to mom and dad's here pretty quick. Got my Santa hat on because it's the real holiday that's coming up after today. Bought a truck yesterday. Don't know why the fuck I did that. It seemed like a great idea at the time. Love that son of a bitch. She's real damn sexy. But that's Merry Christmas to me. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this. It's a little cliche. I know Jamie does all the little gay little categories. He compares people to everybody. We've been doing this for a few years now. I'm pretty sure on Thanksgiving he did food about 2 or 3 years in a row. So we're gonna do something a little bit different. What we're gonna do is we're gonna compare it to the most important part of Thanksgiving, and when it comes to the preparation of the meal, not the food itself, but in the most important area, and that's the kitchen. And the most important thing in the kitchen isn't the food or the utensils, it's the individual who makes the meal, the woman, because that's the way that it should be. At all times, the woman should be in the kitchen making the meal. So everybody's team is going to be compared to a famous woman in history, or a cooking hoe, as they should be always known as. Somebody is not making me a sandwich right now, so all women everywhere fail, and we're going to jump right into this. So, I got the trusty iPad here. I'm going to give visual representations of your team, and we'll just go from there. So, probably not going to be a lot of, this quarterback versus that quarterback, because who really the fuck has time for it? Who wants to watch this shit on fucking Thanksgiving? There's a parade going on. There's football happening in an hour. The Cowboys are going to get smoked in 4. I have coffee. The dogs are outside and they're freezing because they can't be in here while I'm doing this. Everything's going fucking crazy right now. So, let's go ahead and start. We're going to start really simple with Matt Medley, Stephen Frey. Matt, I don't even know what to make of your team, bud. I don't. I know you got a winning record. You're looking really good and solid up there. Let me pull up the right thing here so I can see exactly what your records are. That would probably help. So let's start with Matt and Stephen. 7-4 versus 7-4. So this is a very important matchup when it gets down to the meat and potatoes of who's going on to that kind of important championship round and who's going on into the even more important, the real championship Sacco race, which I think we all expect Man Ross to win at this point. He just has a history of that. So Medley, you come at me with Carson Wentz, and I like it. I like the way that team's put together in that aspect. And then you get into your running backs, and you have Carlos Hyde, decent running back when he's healthy. You got Jerick McKinnon. You never know what the hell that's going to be, what he's going to do. He could go off for -5 yards, or he could go off for 200 yards and a freaking touchdown. Well, maybe not that much. Or he'll catch, 4 balls for 80 yards and a touchdown. You never know there. You're using Jordy Nelson, who is not Jordy Nelson when Aaron Rodgers isn't there. Golladay, which I don't think he's caught a ball since week 1. He's been hurt. They just don't look at him. That offense, there's a whole lot of weird things going on there. Abdullah's catching the ball out of the backfield when they have Theo Riddick. Theo Riddick's running the ball down people's throats. We have no fucking clue what the hell's going on. And Teddy Gitt Jr., where, I hear he's a weapon. I've seen he has the capacity of being a weapon, but I also know that anytime he's on anybody, worth a damn's team, he drops the fucking ball all the time. Just ask Ryan from last year. So with that being said, you are compared to a woman that we really don't know what the hell she is. She's been around for a long time. In some movies, she looks fucking smoking hot. In other movies, you just want to fucking punch her in the face, put her in the kitchen, and say, bitch, go fucking carve a turkey or something because I don't know what to make of you. Miss Kirsten Dunst. Fucking, I don't know. Here she looks hot. In other things, I have no clue. In the cheerleader movie, I can't even remember the damn. She starts off and she is a fucking smoke show, and by the end of the movie, she is a wiry little thing who needs to eat a fucking chicken. What the fuck are you, man? Make up your goddamn mind. You're going up against Steven this week. He's got Cousins. He's got Bell. He's got Miller, who's going to get the lion's share now with rookie out. He has Juju Smith-Schuster. He has Evan Ingram. He has Jamison Crowder. He has weapons. He has just a sheer god amount of weapons. Now, is he going to win the entire thing? I don't know, but he definitely is going to beat your ass this week. And it's not even going to be a fucking contest. He's favored by 20 points. Might as well call it 30. For that, Steven, I'm going to go ahead and give you the definition of this fine lady who is probably the only woman on the planet that I would never forcefully have cook for me, but the potential is there. That's ScarJo. Gorgeous. I mean, she started off as maybe a little ugly duckling back in her early days, but good God, the titties came into form. She left Ryan Reynolds. She doesn't believe in monogamy. She's out there fucking. I love it. I love it, and I love your team. Stephen Frey, you're winning this week. You're going on to the playoffs. Matt, I mean, you already got 7 wins. It might take 7 wins to get you in, but you, as Kirsten Dunst, just don't have what it takes to get out of the first round. If you are there, I could see a situation where you fall down into Sacco land and you're running for the bottom. I love you, Darth. Darth Cannabis is my homeboy. He is my second. There can only be 2, but you're going down this week, brother. Okay, so that's moving us on to the next one. We're going to go ahead and jump over to Tyler at 4-7 and Jamie Freeman at 5-6. So this is an interesting matchup. Jamie has a little bit of life left before he comes down to the rest of us in the great Sacco Championship of 2018. Tyler's already there with us. So this is the equivalent of a fucking shit show. If Jamie wins, he still has a chance. It's very minor. He's probably going to lose because it's Tyler. He can't beat Tyler. He has a mental block against Tyler. Even Elmo says you have no fucking chance in this entire thing. So, you got empty spots out here on your bench. You're probably sitting in some fucking deer blind wondering where the fuck did it all go wrong. So you're going to throw Jared Goff against New Orleans. Not a bad matchup. DeMarco Murray? No, he ain't the DeMarco of old. Todd Gurley? Please. I've been telling you that nigga. He been broke since week fucking 3. I don't care if he's the number 1 running back in fantasy. He's just a waste on your team, homeboy. Tevin Coleman, good play. Good solid play with Devonta out with a concussion. Sean Lee broke him. They broke Sean Lee. With receivers, Keenan Allen, Corey Davis. I mean, Keenan's probably going to run all through Dallas today. He's probably going to carve us up for $150. But I don't buy Corey Davis out there in Tennessee. So let's see what Tyler have. Before we get that, you want to know your comparison. You want to know what woman you are. You want to know who should be cooking you lunch. And I did this from a political standpoint because you are the commissioner. You are the leader of men and women alike. You are this fine woman, Michelle Obama, for obvious reasons. It's embracing your black culture. It's having a fuck up no, you don't have a husband and your wife's pretty fucking awesome. But I don't even know. I just felt like making you Michelle Obama. There is some potential winning capacity there. I do probably see you winning this game. We'll get into Tyler's in a second. Maybe a run at the White House one day, but probably overtaken by just any particular man in principle could probably beat you, or real man for that matter. It's getting into Tyler. Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, yuck. Lynch and Peterson. Peterson's going up against Jacksonville. Lynch is going up against Denver. I don't like the matchups there at all. They warned me against Peterson last week. I didn't listen. He gave me 4 points. Baldwin, Tyreek Hill. I don't even know what, I mean, it's good. It's better than, I think on paper, it's better than Keenan Allen and Corey Davis. I think you're going to be fine there. You're throwing ASJ at tight end against Carolina. I can see the potential for a touchdown there, maybe in garbage time. That's pretty much when he gets all his points. Jamie doesn't even have a tight end right now. Throw in my old Kansas City defense against Buffalo. They don't know who the fuck the quarterback is. If Peterman gets in there, interceptions for fucking days. Even though I know Jamie's going to put a tight end in there and eventually put a defense and a special teams player in there, I just think that Tyler has this. I think that Tyler has the mental block against Jamie. I think he owns Jamie. I think he's Jamie's daddy. And because of that, I'm going to give you the comparison of the one woman that has come as close to the White House as they possibly can before ultimately losing to a man, because that's what happens in real life. She's also a lesbian who doesn't have a lot of sex, and her husband fucks chicks with cigars. I don't know how that relates to you, but You're this bitch. So, pretty sure in a political standoff, this one would beat the black woman any day of the fucking week and twice on Tuesday. So, that would take care of this one. So, let's go on to one of the higher leverage matchups. Let's go on to something that actually matters. Let's go on to Rolly versus Peter. And this is a very, very sexy matchup. The line right now on this, it's a high scoring affair. Peter, you are favored by, it looks like, 2.5 points. And this is just, I don't know how this one gets any better. And Rolly, I kind of came in a little hard on the criticism of you and your woman counterpart, so I apologize for that. But I think you'll see why here in a bit. So let's start with Peter. He is favored. He's throwing Alex Smith up against Buffalo. Money in the bank there. I think Alex is going to have a big game. A lot of talk coming about Mahomes, crawling up the backside on him. I really think that when it's all said and done, he's going to have a big prove-it game this week. Running backs, Mark Ingram and Jordan Howard, Samaje Perine. Money right there. I like the Perine play against the Giants. Ingram's looked really, really good, even though Kamara's back there taking some snaps out of the backfield. I think he's doing well. Jordan Howard, he's completely reestablished himself at running back. Receivers, Julio Jones, Kupp. You got Doyle, who I think he's a top 5 play for tight ends right now. Who would have ever thought that after he went through the drops? That Pittsburgh defense against the Green Bay Packers and Brett Hundley, your money there. Hauschka's going to get you 3 or 4 points. It's just a sexy team. This is my favorite to win the entire thing. I do think both of these teams are going to find a way to get into the championship round. Maybe not in the championship game, but they are going to be in that final 6. Good for Rolly for bouncing back and taking the advice from everybody and coming in strong. But really, Peter is the cream of the crop right now. This guy, he is going to win the entire thing, and for that, you are getting the sexiest woman alive. Miss Margot Robbie. Oh, yeah. Sexy, sexy, sexy. She's not Puerto Rican. She's not Cuban. She didn't come over in a bathtub boat. But my fucking God, is that a woman right there. She has probably never seen a kitchen a day in her fucking life, and she wouldn't need to. Coming in against Rolly, this is hard because, he has Matt Ryan against Tampa Bay. That Tampa Bay defense is not what we thought it was going to be. Melvin Gordon is going to run all over Dallas. Leonard Fournette's probably going to get 25 touches, 90 yards, and a touchdown against Arizona. Alshon Jeffrey has caught a touchdown pass in like 4 straight weeks. Michael Crabtree, he's going into Denver. That ought to be a little bit difficult. But really, what this is going to come down to, it's really going to come down to the tight ends, and it's going to come down to the flexes. And he's throwing Delaney Walker out there. That's a good play against Indianapolis. They're soft against tight ends, but I don't like the Josh Doctson play against the Giants. I think Washington's going to have a hard time throwing the ball. I know it's New York, but it's a short week, Thursday night. And it's kind of interesting that why Peter has Perine going against the New York Giants defense. I see the holes there from a run standpoint, but they can still stop the pass when they feel like it. Doxson's not a burner. He's more of a possession receiver, and he's going to make a hell of a catch. I just think this is a sacrificial lamb at this point. Peter's going to move on. He's going to clinch. He's going to get to 8-4. Rolly's going to move down to 7-5. He'll still win next week. He'll still get into the playoffs. And we're waiting for the real Rolly to stand up and say, which one is it? But he was there first. He was that team that everybody had to deal with at the beginning. And because of that, if anybody has seen the movie The Wolf on Wall Street, you will know that Leo was married before Margot Robbie. He was married to this bitch. Yes, that is the mother from How I Met Your Mother. She's also stars in The Wolf of Wall Street. She was there for about the first hour or so. She gets left by Leo, so he starts fucking the queen from Staten Island. She has a bad accent, but God, that body. And this one cannot compete with Margot Robbie. Nobody can compete with Margot Robbie. She's still cute. I'd still bring her home to mom. I'd still tickle her butt a little bit, maybe use my tongue, punch in through the back door, eat some nerds out of it. But in the end, you get into a show like How I Met Your Mother, and you just die. And Rolly's gonna die because Peter kills everybody, and that's what's gonna happen this week. Mark it down, Peter, big win. Let's go on to a lower matchup. Logan's in this one. Chris Manross is in it. It's fun from a shit-talking standpoint. I love when Chris comments. I think everybody at this point right now, as much as we love Logan as a person, we just want to see him lose. And this is coming in as a hotly contested matchup. The line is 0.7. 0.7. And so what does this mean? I know Logan's coming in at 7-4. Man, Rosh, you're down with everybody else in the real championship, down for the Sacco race. I have you as a pegged. I think something's going to happen. Something's going to break. Probably McCoy or D-Train or Thomas. Someone's going to fucking hurt their vagina and be out for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and you're going to be sitting there in the onesie again. Love you, man, but it's probably going to happen. But for this week, I smell an upset. This is my upset of the week. Let's start with Chris. I have him winning. And I'm going to tell you why. Cam against the Jets, money. I don't know. I mean, it's so weird. I watch Cam throw the football and it pains me. And then he goes out and literally scores 35 points and beats me in another league. He does what he's supposed to do against lesser defenses. The Jets have been admirable all year in the way that they've tried, but I just think they're running out of steam. McCoy, he's healthy. Tyrod Taylor's supposedly going to be the quarterback again this week. He'll get 15 to 20 touches. He'll score a touchdown. He'll go off for about 100 total yards. We'll be good there. I don't like Devontae Booker against Oakland. I think that there's too many carries to go around there. Or too many running backs to go around there. They don't know what he is yet. But then you get down into the receivers, and you got D-Train, and you got Michael Thomas from the Saints. You got the Thomas boys going. You got Zach Ertz from a tight end perspective. D-Jack out in Tampa. I like it. I really like what Chris has done from a receiver standpoint. I think Minnesota is going to be money against the Detroit offense today. I think, they're a 10 to 15 point win there. And of course, Graham Gano is a kicker. I mean, that's a good, solid fucking team there. And from a past perspective, as someone who, I'm going on into my 30s and my mid 30s, and hopefully one day into my upper 30s if I don't fall on any fucking addicts again. And this woman was a staple of my young childhood. She doesn't look good today. She probably had too much meth and too much crack. But God, 10 years ago, she was a fucking animal. And I think that's how everybody felt about Chris when we started this year. We looked at his team, fucking animal. Okay? Just a porn star that you would do fucking awful things to if you had the chance. And then we get towards the end of the year, and why you might still consider it because what she looked like in the past, you just don't know if you could do it anymore. But I'm pretty sure I could if she still looked like this. Jenna Jameson. For you. That's a great fucking picture of her. Okay, I know she doesn't look like that anymore, but good God, I'm pretty sure every single one of us on here would have done awful things to her in the past. So you started off strong, DJ got hurt, you got ugly, you got uglier, you're trying to improve, probably going to rehab a little bit, getting away from the meth, trying to get out of the porn business, but you're not just quite there yet. Maybe next year, buddy. Maybe next year you'll have a better porn star I can compare you with. Logan, I don't even know where to start or make of this team. He is going to make the playoffs. I don't know how. I don't know who the hell he sold his soul to get to that point, because I just don't like anything about his team outside of Kelce. I like Kelce. Drew Brees against the Rams. That's a hard matchup this week. El Murray against Detroit. Eckler against Dallas. No, I don't like either one of those. I actually think McKinnon has the better week running around the Detroit defense through the air. I think Adam Thielen's like the number 5 receiver in fantasy, so he's pretty much carried you there. AJ Green's been a beast. So from a receiver standpoint, you're great. I think you have the number 1 receiving core, in the league. I think I come in at like 2 or 3. It's a good, solid receiving core, but no Zeke. Devontae Parker isn't getting the ball, even though he's going up against a suspect New England defense. Kelce, Buffalo does a pretty decent job on locking down tight ends. Your saving grace might be your defense, Cincinnati against Cleveland. And I really think that between that and your receivers is essentially how you've gotten by, as well as lucky matchups. I do have Chris beating you this week. I know that's probably not something that you want to hear. You're going to bitch about it at me at Thanksgiving here in a little bit later, while you're done with your other family that you love more than us. But I do think Chris is coming through. Logan, you're going to drop down to 7-5. Chris, you're just giving yourself some last breath hope going into the playoffs. Good luck. I'll see you down there. And Logan, you are the girl from Forrest Gump who Forrest said tasted like cigarettes. Couldn't even find a picture of the woman. All it can says is she tastes like cigarettes. That's it. So I got 2 more. I want to run through these pretty quick. I'm already at the 20-minute mark. Let's go on to Mike versus CJ. Interesting little matchup here. If I can find it, there it is. We got 7-4 Michael Fries, 6-5 CJ Ariano, fighting for his life. His ultimate freaking life. And the question is, does he have enough between Alfred Morris and LeGarrette Blount to get into that championship round? I think it's going to be tough. I really, really do. We got Michael. He's a 4-point favorite this week. We're going to start off with him. Ben Roethlisberger against Green Bay, money right there. He's projected for 16 points. He's going to go off for 20, anywhere between 20 and 25. Great week there. McCaffrey's starting to find his footing. Kareem Hunt, this might be a good week for him. He needs to bounce back. He's been off ever since the Dallas game. He hasn't been running well, but my God, Antonio Brown, the soulful Marvin Jones Jr. and that lovely voice. Tyler Kroft is a tight end for Cincinnati against Cleveland. They do a great job against the run, not as much from a tight end perspective. No, I don't know what the hell Paul Richardson's going to do against San Francisco. I know he catches about 2 or 3 balls a game, maybe a touchdown. And then that Carolina defense against the Jets, you're projected to score 89 points. That's going to be, I think you're going to need all 89 of them to beat CJ this week, but we'll see what happens there. So for you, my friend, where are we at? We're going to do a pitch-perfect standoff here. I think she's cute. Sean thinks that she is the most beautiful woman on the planet. Now, I don't understand it, but I can see how she can be cute. I can see how she would be that chick that you would love to come home to, and she's baking Thanksgiving dinner. She has that turkey in the fucking oven. She's wearing nothing but a fucking apron, but you're not going to fucking savagely mate with her. You're going to, it's gentle because you might just fucking break her. Anna Kendrick, maybe she'll sing for you. Maybe she won't. You never really fucking know there. So Anna Kendrick is going up against CJ, and I'm pretty sure if we're on a pitch perfect perspective, you know where my head's going on this. Tom Brady, 20 points, Miami, it's in the bank. Alfred Morris, it really just depends on game flow. It depends. If we can actually get up to a lead and run the ball like what's been our MO for the past 2 years, he could have a big game. He could run for 120 yards and a touchdown, catch some balls out of the backfield. LeGarrette Blount, I wouldn't touch Philadelphia running backs with a 10-foot pole right now. It's New England 2.0. You don't know what the hell is going to happen back there. Receivers, Brandon Cooks, you got that stat going, Tom Brady. You're probably good to go there. Rashard Matthews is a great pick. That is a great play. He has quietly gone under the radar. I think he scored a touchdown in 3 consecutive weeks, been over 100 yards in 2 of those 3 weeks. Looking good there. But Jason Witten is just not receiving the ball right now. Dax, he used him as a safety blanket for the first, year and a half of his career. I think he had 1 catch against Philly. He's not really getting into the end zone. Maybe 20 or 30 yards out of him today. No touchdowns. I think that San Diego defense is going to lock him up. Kenny Stills, same thing. You never know what you're going to get from that Miami receiving core. And then you got Seattle, which could be your saving grace going up against San Francisco, but no Legion of Boom. You have the makings of something that could be beautiful. You do. And this individual's voice, if you hear her and her body isn't out there, she sounds fucking hot as shit. She's Australian. She's the little kangaroo in that commercial that everybody fucking loves so much. But then you get her on the screen and you put her up on a fucking giant rope and her pants explode and she moons the president. I just don't know what to make of her. So I'm just going to put that one there. Rebel Wilson, Fat Amy, you're CJ. Anna Kendrick wins that one all day long, twice on Sunday. Sorry, bud. Okay, so I got a few more left here. I'm going to go Eli versus Matt Martin. Eli, the one that everyone loves to trade with, or he loves to trade with everyone. It just feels like every time he talks to you, doesn't it feel like that he's just cheating on you? Like, I know he's talking to me, he's talking to Jamie, he's talking to Logan, he's talking to Matt, he's talking to Chris. Pick a partner. Don't go be slutting yourself around. It's unbecoming. 6-5 Eli. I think Matt, you're 3-8 now. You're down with us, buddy. It's not getting any better. I know you've tried wheeling and dealing. I know you've tried making trades. Hell, I've tried. You and I went in this thing together and kind of screwed us both ways. Fucking Amari Cooper, fucking Dalvin Cook getting fucking hurt. Matt's destined for the championship Sacco race. Eli needs a win. Eli, you're favored by 1.5. So let's jump into you real quick. Russell Wilson against San Francisco. Great play. 20 points right off the bat, unless he gets hurt. Jay Ajayi, again, I said it about LeGarrette Blount. I wouldn't touch the Philadelphia running back situation right now. Not saying that they're not talented, but I'm saying that there's just too much back there right now. And, Chicago, with the one thing that they're great about doing is holding on to the ball. They got Howard, they got Cohen. They hold on to the ball. They keep their defense off the field, and could be a little dicey there. Joe Mixon. I actually read an article this week that they said everybody should drop Joe Mixon if you had it on this team. I've been trying to get Joe Mixon for weeks, because every week he's going to explode. He's going to blow up. He's going to do great things. And then fucking nothing. Nothing except videos of him popping chicks in the fucking head. That's it. That's all that he comes about on that point. Receivers, Dez Bryant, Mike Evans, Sterling Shepard. I don't even know if Sterling Shepard's going to play. Whoever knows what the fuck is wrong with him. I told you when you were trying to fucking trade me Sterling Shepard as fucking piece of garbage that he was a piece of fucking trash. And you didn't fucking listen. And now he's sitting there in your fucking flex spot. My God. You're playing Vernon Davis. It's a good plug-and-play tight end against the Giants. Baltimore going up against that Houston offense. Probably some points there. You project to score 82.4 points. I think that's fair point. I think he'll probably come in around 85. I do ultimately see you winning this match against Matt Martin, and I'm going to get into the woman comparisons in a second because this is personally my favorite one. Matt Mariota hasn't been great all year. I mean, he throws some horrendous interceptions. He's not running the ball as much. Darkwa, trash. Doug Martin, that offense is entirely trash. You have my most hated football player in the NFL, Golden Tate. Jarvis Landry is actually catching touchdown passes now. I don't know why that changed from last year to now, but he is. I think he has 6 on the year. Jimmy Graham, all he does is catch touchdown passes, but I just don't think you have enough. That Denver defense is not what we thought they were. Oakland might be able to put up some points. You never really know. I only see you coming in at about, enough to keep it respectable. I see a final score of probably 85 for Eli, 79 for Matt Martin. Eli gets the win. He goes up one step closer to getting into that final 6. Matt, it's over, bud. It's over. You might be battling me and Manross for Sacco of the Year. This comparison, it's really, really easy. This is another beautiful, beautiful woman because y'all both get the exact same one. Eli, 18-year-old Emma Watson. Not mature enough yet. She's getting there. She has the look. She has the look of a champion, but she's not there yet. But eventually she will be there. I know she's probably like 22, 23. Oh, that bitch is just fucking smoking hot. I'll let her do a spell on me any fucking time. Matt, your 12-year-old cat, Hermione Granger, Emma Watson. That's it right there. Because you're a big pussy. Give great hugs, but your team is a bag full of fucking cats right now. And it has the sexual prowess of a 12-year-old. Eli wins this one going away. All right, I think that brings us to the last one. And this one is the battle for the Sacco Championship. I think the winner of this one... Actually, there is no winners when it comes to this match. The loser of this one is going to be in prime position to make a run at the Sacco Championship and battle Chris Manross for the title this year. Adam Brown, that's me. Sean Messick lives in the other room. We don't know where the hell he is right now. He was supposed to help me with this shit this morning. Fucking A. Let's start with me. Derek Carr, trash. Jonathan Stewart, trash. Dion Lewis. Chris, you might have let go a little nugget there. He has scored a touchdown in each game since the trade. He's catching balls out of the backfield. He's established himself as the number 1 runner. Mike Gillislee is dead, apparently. Belichick just keeps on inactivating him. Don't know what the hell's going on there, but still trash. I mean, I never would have thought to see Dion Lewis with a 12.4 by his name. Receivers have been my saving grace. DeAndre Hopkins, money. Devontae Adams. Chris, I don't know what you were doing with that trade again for Cooper, but thank you. He is the go-to for Hundley, and hopefully if Rodgers comes back for that last week, that can keep us out of Sacco contention. Charles Clay, bad call, my point. He's just not getting the ball. I'm not getting the ball at all. T.Y. Hilton, don't know what the fuck to make out of him. One week he scores 30. The next week he scores 5. It's completely up there. And then the Rams against New Orleans. I don't even know why the fuck I have that there. Do I have a backup defense? I sure don't. So I'm rolling with the fucking Rams. I'm rolling with the Rams against New Orleans. That's not going to fucking go well at all. The Saints score 30 on everybody, whether it be the last 2 minutes of the game or the entire longevity of the game. Couldn't tell you. So for me, I'm going to make this comparison because it's funny and it kind of makes sense because she dies in the end. Do I really even need to say anything? She hid in a fucking attic. I was in an attic once, ended up in the hospital for a month. She was in the attic for 6 months, ended up in a concentration camp, and got fucking gassed. No Thanksgiving for you, baby. Boy, it's been a fucking rough year. Sean, oh boy. God, your team is fucking trash. Your team is fucking hot, stinking fucking garbage. Dude, you're fucking this bitch. You're Helen Keller. You can't see, you can't hear, you can't talk, you can't do a goddamn thing. Just fucking retire. Her, I don't know how she fucking ugly. You could not trust her in a kitchen to save your fucking life. She'd burn the fucking house down. She would set herself on fire and then burn the fucking house down. Stafford against the Minnesota defense ain't gonna fucking happen. D. Henry against Indy. I mean, I can see something there. Kamara against the Rams. It's a tough defense to go up against. He's sharing carries with Ingram. You know, I see something there. I mean, like Helen Keller, you tried. You tried to make a life out of it, but you had to have a lot of fucking help along the way. Devin Funchess, Nelson Aguilar, and McKissick, the running back from Seattle, straight fucking garbage. You never know what Kyle Rudolph's going to give you from a tight end perspective. And then Arizona against the Jacksonville offense. This might be the lowest scoring match in the history of Strives for Vinegar Strokes football. I am projected 75.6 points. I don't see me scoring more than 60. Sean, I see you beating me by 1.2 points at 61.2. Helen Keller beats Anne Frank because Helen Keller wasn't hunted by Nazis. Yeah. So that should, I believe, cover everybody. I know this ran a little long. Sorry about my ranting and my little glare that's coming off the window here. Good luck to everybody as they go into the championship rounds and the real race for Sacco. I can't wait to get that started here in 2 weeks. And I hope that sincerely everybody has a happy Thanksgiving and nobody's wife or mother burns down the fucking kitchen. Merry Christmas. And we'll be seeing y'all soon. All right. Bye-bye.